Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I'm here today because I'm still making every day a day of an effort to try to see if we as a people can walk into a light that will offer us a complete fulfillment of our dreams, issuing in peace and prosperity and the joy in our lives. And I find myself trying to do this so often, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm dealing with a situation of today where we who are paying attention, hearing all kinds of voices, and every voice speaking what it speaks, and yet it's calling the other voices a lie. And it makes it seem as though whatever anyone is saying, somebody else is saying it is a lie. And that can cause it to be a confusing situation when we as a people are trying to deal with things that are common amongst us. And we have advocacy of those who say that they can do this and they can do that for us. And they know we desire this, and yet we are having so many other voices saying that everybody is lying. So who do we trust? Who do we turn to? That kind of stuff bugs us. I know it bugs you. It definitely bugs me. I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, because for some strange reason, you know, we all got purposes in life. And I recognized mine some 40 years ago, that it is we the people. And why we the people? Because I love me. I tell you, I really do. Some of you who know me most recently might think that I don't, but I really do. It's just that I recognize that life is a wonderful thing, and it is beautiful, and it can really be enjoyed. But for me, I found out that the only way I could really enjoy life is if everybody else was enjoying life as well. It's like going to the playground and everybody's playing. Everybody is having a good time. There are all kinds of games going on, various things. You know, like an amusement park, everything is going on and everybody is having a fantastic time. So if life is happening like that to me, I mean life, I'm not talking about just partying, but I'm talking about the things that people are given to do, and they are doing it with the same excitement and jubilancy that they do express when they're in an amusement park. If life is unfolding and people are thrilled at life, boy, you talking about a life? Well, that's the kind of life I aspire. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I aspired that is because I am familiar with something I believe most people aren't. I say that because I used at one time not to be familiar with this. All about life was what I see, what I touch, what I feel, what I was taught, my surroundings. This was my true and only expression of life. I heard all kinds of things. I could believe it if I wanted to. And if it was traditional to believe, I believed, but believed, but I didn't necessarily accept, especially when I saw action did not line up with belief. But something special happened in my life. I saw a miracle. And those of you who have ever experienced a miracle, you know the miracle was for you. Because you're the only one that knows it, you're the only one that believes it. I don't care who you told it to, everybody sympathized with you, but nobody believed it. I'm telling you, nobody believed it. But don't feel bad. It wasn't for them. It was for you. Because you now are a special agent. Special agent. Yes, you are a special agent for heaven. You're a special agent to give representation, heavenly representation through your body to all that you encounter in this life. Your body represents heavenliness. Your body represents God. Your body represents what people try to say Jesus represents. Now you represent because you have a special gift that others don't have. And you're calling to live amongst people so people can see a contrast to that which they live with every day. So they can really see real choices. And today, when we are going through all of the different kinds of things that we are going through today, there is no better opportunity for people to have a choice put before them that is clear as day, contrast to that which we have today. And for that purpose and that purpose alone, ladies and gentlemen, I put together some notes. And I don't have a monitor or a prompter or anything like this sort, so I have to refer to my notes. And when I'm looking down, please don't think I'm trying to ignore you. It's just that I'm paying information now. I'm paying attention now to the information that I have, because it is the information that is important for the change that I speak about for the people. I start off by saying, who are these humans that have come upon the earth and put their names on as much of God's creation as they can claim? Every resource that is recognized, somebody or some group is putting their name or names on it. There is a group of people, all with the names of someone that at one time claimed them as their property, took abuse and abused just to satisfy the abuser. Those women, those natives, the immigrants, all have suffered for the benefit of the abuser. But who are the people that persecute others for resisting oppression, that prevents major employment of millions? Who are these humans that will hinder educational progress of the people, deny health care to millions, and inadequate health care to millions more? Who are these humans that will deny Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security, housing, and food to millions? Are they the conservatives that want to replace God by trying to preserve stuff they didn't make or own or know anything about, except that which has been revealed? Or are they the liberals that want to give everything away to everyone? Are they one nation or another? Are they the politicals, the politicians and leaders, the authors of the havocs in the country and the world? Well, the answer is yes and yes. Politicians, because they reflect the people and their will. The people, because, for example, a neighbor's pet dog barks. And you have no idea what the dog is trying to say. Likewise, with God and the Spirit, the masses have no idea the truth of God. They put a useless faith in traditions. And this is evidenced by hell on earth rather than heaven. Now, over 50% of the population think that they are right and that everyone else is wrong, when in fact, the truth of the matter, 100%, everybody is wrong. Truth, it is we the people that are responsible for hell on earth. We say that thou shalt not steal, as though it's spoken only to the individual and not the group and the state. We say we are for heaven, but we put up with hell. There is little evidence of any struggle for heaven on earth. So who are these politicians today seeking office, promising that they can, what they can and will do? When it appears, when these promises are made, it is only evil that comes forward, and everything is cut to diminish good. What mega church or small church is advocating for heaven on earth? None. They all speak of a place to go. Why? Well, the same as natives. Natives were given it just to have their land taken. Same as blacks, to have their labor taken. Church, to enforce obedience and action and curtail resistance, as with women, are personal female property. All of these things are to deny heaven on earth. You walk for cancer. You march for sexual justice. You fundraise for the animals and for old Jews living in Russia. You fundraise for saving the starving children and those dying in Russia, and others who are dying with no health care, and immigrants. These gestures, my friends, and they are just gestures, they are allowed to permit the good folk. You know, many of you are good people out there. Well, these gestures are permitted to allow you to believe or to convince you that you are lovers, that you are children of the great spiritual God, when really in effect you have been reduced to helpful tools of deception. No true child of God would endure this hell, or evil, or the devil would not permit it. No. So I'm trying to say, if you're here, you're going to be trying to straighten this sucker out. And by you trying to straighten the sucker out, it's going to either get straight out, or evil, or the devil is going to get you out. No doubt about that. Now, you know, the fight that's going on in the United States today between Democrats and Republicans, it's about policy. It's not about right or wrong. But I know for 3 occasions, it was offered, heaven on earth was offered by a write-in independent candidate for president at least 3 times. At least twice as a U.S. Senator from Minnesota, and twice as a mayor from 2 major cities from the state of Minnesota. But no one in this country at that time was listening to that. But what were they listening to? They were waiting and listening for a voice like Trump. So, again, who are the humans sponsoring hell on earth? It is everyone on earth that is not actively trying to usher in hell's opposite, heaven. God ain't mad. That's why we are here. To be made new. To be made to be kind and good and loving and honest. And this is, my friends, I tell you, this is an individual trip. Straight and narrow. You want to know what that says? Want me to say it one more time? This is an individual trip. Straight and narrow. Can't blame it on no group. Can't blame it on the nation. Can't blame it on the race. Can't blame it on the agenda. You can't blame it on the haves, and you can't blame it on the have-nots. It is you. But my challenge, I hope all of you understand by now, is that we as a people, out of all the things that we know about ourselves and that we've discussed here, let us resolve to create heaven on earth. Let us consider all that's happening in the world today. Nations at odds with nations. Politics too divisive. Racism and hatred. Poverty, crime and violence. Terror and war. This is too much. Our entire human family have had to endure this for an entire lifetime, with only small pockets in time, with smaller groups enjoying that which most of us desire. Peace, prosperity, and the joy of life, where dreams are real that come true. Abundant food and clothing and shelter for all humans. Unlimited, unrestricted education. Health care from the womb to the tomb. And a career of choice for every and all workers to constantly supply all the goods and services needed, wanted, and desired by the family, by the humans, all of them. I challenge all Americans and all people of the world. Let us agree to create heaven on earth for all people. Let us forgive those that have hurt one another. Whatever we are today, we are all sharing in the responsibility for its existence. Heaven on earth eliminates the need for lying, the need for cheating and stealing and killing, and it will disappear, never to return, as long as we, the humans, remain vigilant. I invite support from all religious organizations, all government and economics, government agencies and departments, from all human and civic services, from all human and civil rights organizations and groups, from all unions, from all educational facilities of higher learning, from hospitals and medical care facilities. I invite the old folk, the young folk, the welfare recipients, the criminals, and the bombs. Let us engage any support possible from individuals and from groups respective to achieve this common outcome, heaven on earth. I advocate at this time only one way this can be done. There might be many, but I only know of one. And it's so simple, it will feel unreal. Still, I share the way with you so that all will hear or read. It will always be known that it can always be done. And here's how. Those things that exist without our input, we will leave to its creator. Everything that belongs to the earth came with the earth, and no added attraction can claim it. Its purpose is to be used by all living creatures as best as can be used, as free as the oxygen in the air they breathe. This honors God. Then be God to others as you want others to be God to you. Your gifts that serves as your best joy maker is designed, and it qualifies you to participate in the creative process of all that is created by humans for the purpose of humans. This also makes each of you partners in ownerships of all that humans have made for the benefit of humans. You own it. What you own, you don't buy. Eliminating one of the greatest tools against God's truth, money. No loans, no debt, no taxes, no costs. Careers of choice, paid all the costs. Free from bondage of money. We as humans have many objectives in living, of which one is to assure no human ever suffer from any lack of peace and prosperity and joy and the fulfillment of dreams, that all their needs and all their wants and all their desires are met. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that to me is a voice from heaven. I say that because of what I mentioned earlier. I saw the miracle. I know the love. And I know that this love is for not just me, but for all of us. And those who we consider evil and low down and dirty, and we call them devils and all of that, they need love the most. Let me tell you one more thing. You know, we've been trained and we've been taught to send them to hell. That low-down, dirty snake, that president that's no good, he's a heartless son of a gun. You want to say, who gonna take his life? The God that I serve says that they need love the most. Now, the people that serve them are not as desperate for love, but they still need love. And people who just sit back and get mad with them for going along that way, they need love too. Everybody needs love. And there's only one way we can express that love today, individually and as a group, is for everybody to forgive everybody and start over. Start over. The past is gone. Today is now, and to the future, hey, we don't know. But I do know now. So let at this moment now forgive everybody and start brand new with one objective in mind, and that is to make sure that we who are here today spend all of our being here as happy and thrilled and as fulfilled as we can possibly be, without violence, without threat of violence, but fulfilled. And the only way we can do that, because we can't see God, let's bring God inside of us. And let us be God one unto the other. And that will be the fulfillment of the Almighty's dream. Oh boy. Now, I'm just asking you to consider that, because it's definitely a lot better than where we're going. I'm willing, and I've asked all of you to join with me. This is my dream. This is my desire for all of us. I don't know whether you desire it or not. I really don't even know if God desires it. But because of what I understand about God, I'm confident that God and I are one. Let me hide it. That God and I are one on this. Thank you so very much. Once again, Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights, inalienable rights, life. Bye-bye.